Hey everybody, and welcome back to the second part of the first round of the 2025 Mammoth, presented by Black Hills Vinyl. I'm Coda here with Dale.
Good to see y'all. Thanks for joining us.
We're here for Ride to give you the coverage of this beautiful tournament in South Dakota, following Taegen Wells, Garett Everson.
Which Tagen's got one stroke on Garett so far, been a pretty tight front 9, or front 14.
Peter Klopfenstein has had some woes here and there, but he's been able to kind of right that ship, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he hasn't fallen off too bad. And Derek here also tied for the lead, one stroke off of Garett.
But then toward the second half there, he was really doing
he was
some work.
Making some putts and hitting some lines. Hole 11 here is a 330-foot par 3, surprisingly, through trees.
Right.
It's actually a pretty open hole. You got a few different lines you can take. I think that one was an early release, but he's still got a look.
Looks like there's some trees on some guardians on the left-hand side there that are going to make that putt difficult.
Which looks like most of these guys are trying to get that flex, like Tagen's got here.
Yeah, but a bit too much on the power.
Just a little. I'd actually take that over coming up short, though. You're much more open from the back of the basket than on the front side. Derek caught some trees there at the end on those guardians you were talking about.
Oh, and Peter
Peter hit early again. He's got this nice approach shot here. A nice... Oh,
no.
Oh. Stop.
That went from an easy 3 to a pretty tough one.
Yeah. Oh.
Looks like he didn't have a whole bunch there.
Yeah.
Another really bad roll.
And this is one of the flatter areas, too. Not where I'd be expecting a lot of rollaway action. Okay, and that one sat right there.
That was a good bit, too.
Yeah, Garett was in good shape off there to the left. He got pin high, gave himself a nice flat look at it.
That also means it's currently a 3-way tie on the card.
I believe so, yeah. Picks that stroke up that he was missing.
Let's see if Peter can't clean this up. Definitely deserves it.
Oh, a little high. Soared it right over.
But he didn't sail too far. That should be an easy
should be okay. Ooh, and Derek just snuck that one in just barely over the rim.
And you know what? I think that might be, like we were talking before about the aiming point. I think he's trying to just sneak it above.
Yeah.
Because most of the putts I've seen him miss have been just low of that cage.
Peter was able to clean up that bogey, and Taegen taking his par. So yeah, like you said, Garett just tied it up with Taegen and Derek. Got a 3-way tie at 4 down on the card. We got a 211-foot par 3
with some OB right at circle's edge.
Right. And quite a bit uphill. Oh yeah, and this one you don't really have a line at the basket. There is kind of, but it's the more left you throw it, the denser the line is. So they're all going for this big hyzer.
A little tight. That worked out.
Yep, that should give him a look. It might have actually slid a little long. Derek's kind of eyeballing that more left look. Didn't quite get it turned over like he wanted.
Ooh, that's going to be rough.
Yeah, that downhill look is going to be a little rough.
Yeah, it looks like that sidearm play straight at it is enticing these guys pretty well. And that was a good shot.
He got a skip.
Stop.
Now
Stop.
It needs to stop.
That is just
not
rude.
Stopping, and it's still going.
He was basically parked for all of 2 seconds.
And now he's, what, 80 feet? If not more?
And he's got a rough putt for his par.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a very good one. That was a really nice putt.
He kind of has a window, but I don't know. Ooh.
He kind of crashed the branches and almost made it. Taegen he was deeper than it looked.
Oh, one length too high.
See if Peter can save this 3. Oh, too many branches. So Taegen and Derek will clean up their pars. Looks like Peter's going to take another bogey. That's unfortunate, but again, these courses are just dying to hand bogeys out.
With these mountain courses, with the amount of trees, the amount of angle on some of these greens, and so on and so forth, there's a little bit of luck. There's an aspect of luck.
There can be. So this one's saying it's only 205 feet, but it's kind of a tricky green. It's not really uphill much.
You got to get kind of over that rock.
Yeah.
No.
That one stayed in the tree. We couldn't tell where it was.
Woo!
That's how you want to play it.
Oh, almost like an ace run for a second there.
It's a little higher than that, and that probably would have worked out for him, but it's still not a bad place. This is before we realized we can't tell where Tagen's disc is, because the tree it was in was shortly ahead of it. He left himself down the hill.
He's got a chance to save this bogey, and when you're re-teeing, that's about all you can ask to do.
Yeah, that's a great bogey save from there.
Major putt.
That could have turned ugly fast.
Still looking, and I would too.
Right? The problem was it was a mostly clear grayish disc.
So cloud colored?
It was almost invisible. It was the one he aced with on hole 2.
Oh, no.
And when he asked me if it went in, I couldn't tell because I couldn't see it in the basket. I had to go walk over there to see if it was in there. It's not a real visible. Yeah, not a real visible disc by any means.
Couple good birdies there though from Derek and Garett.
Yeah,
basically parked.
This one here, it says 254, but it's quite a bit downhill, so it plays less than that.
And there's more of this OB with the treachery of the trees.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The OB didn't really come into play on here. You had to be pretty off before it really came into play.
It's looking like you want to come up pretty short, because deep, it keeps going downhill.
Yeah. Which with these sidearm throws, it's so hard to keep it turning left, but not have it gliding out too far. That's a good looking shot there.
I don't know. I don't know if I like that yet. Going real high.
Going real high again.
And that kills the distance, so he doesn't have to worry about going deep, right? But then now he's way... Actually, he's not even that far left.
He did go deep, actually. He would have been way too far left, I think, without hitting the tree that he hit there at the end. But he's still 60, 70 feet maybe, and way down the hill.
Yeah, same thing with Garett. He had that perfect drive, essentially, but that little bit of glide just carries you down that hill. Derek
has a nice look if the tree's a little too much in his way. That's probably a smart play then to lay it up.
Peter's actually looking at it. He's going to run it.
He's going to run it. He needs to pull something together here.
At this point in time, playing smart is only going to get you so much. You got to play risky.
You got to try and... Well, he's still got a whole nother round, so... I mean, you don't want to let yourself get too far out of it.
Good save.
Yeah. You can see how elevated that basket is right there.
You got to set a step stool out there next time.
Yeah. Looks like everybody threes on that one. Yeah, everybody took a 3 on that, so. At this point, Garett's got 1 stroke over Derek, and Taegen lost a couple on him. Hole 14 here, 266, par 3. It's another kind of downhill one. Oh, this one's more downhill than some of the others. And
this one looks like it's going to be extra difficult not to sail it.
Yeah, and you can tell that it's a backhand throw. Even the sidearm players are throwing backhand on this one.
Ooh!
Little replay of that real quick. Skipping off of that rock and just barely short.
That was a great shot. Good. I'm going to say it right now. Good birdie.
Right? Well, it's sitting on the concrete that's holding the post in the ground, so I think it's safe to say it on that one.
And, that rock could have stopped him, but no.
Right? Kind of let it roll a little more.
He
held
still
it up
got
on
an
edge.
open putt, though, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, he should be good.
Ooh, good run from Derek.
You kind of tell Garett didn't want to sail that one past. Kind of played it a little safer. And yeah, Taegen, I'd say just outside the circle, maybe right around at circle's edge.
So close to the circle that I wouldn't want to step.
Right.
Didn't need to. Great shot. A nice cleanup from Garett, and then, eventually one of these days we'll get to Peter's drive.
Yeah. You can see it sitting on the concrete under the basket. You gotta love that.
I love it. I wasn't sure if he had the scorecard out or if he was going to take a picture, and I'm glad he took the picture.
Yep. Gotta save that one. So Taegen and Peter will take the birdie on that one. That'll kind of little bit of recovery from Taegen there after the lost disc.
Ooh, Mando late.
Yeah. Only to the right, not a double Mando. You just have to go to the right. This one's a par 4 also. This first shot, you just want to get out in the open.
Like that.
Like that. That is a great positioning. And he's far enough right that he's got a good angle at the green then, too. But you can see it's quite a bit uphill on this first throw and quite a bit of blockage.
But they do have options. They have different lines they can take here. Like Tagen's a little more left, but he might have been doing that intentionally to open up a riser. And that got kind of eaten by the tall grass there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't want to be too short on this one. I mean, it's not a super long second throw. No matter, as long as you're out, you should be able to pull it off.
And that's another
but
good
the
shot.
green's a little... You can kind of see the green there that they're approaching. It's up on the rocks to the left there. Right there.
Oh, yeah. Another elevated basket.
Right where that used to be.
No, another one.
Yeah, and look at it going. That probably rolled 70, 80 feet.
Rude.
Yeah, you can see the tree there with the ribbon on it. That's the Mando you have to go right of.
And that's a great spot for Taegen.
Oh, yeah, that was a great throw.
He's even kind of up on that elevated spot, too, so he's not having to putt up the basket.
Oh, and Derek yanked that one right a little.
That worked out okay. Oh,
It
and then I say that, and then this happens.
Yeah.
Rolls over
Didn't
by Garett.
quite roll as much as Garett's did, but still got that roll away.
Get through it. Yeah,
that's a good approach. That should give him a putt.
And again, putting kind of level at the elevated basket.
Yeah.
No.
And I missed Garett's approach, but that Derek kind of left himself a little short there. Oh, and a little low on that. So this Peter's look at a birdie. He's got a pretty open look there.
No. It seems like he doesn't have that confidence in his putting.
It does seem that way, and when you're not feeling confident in your putting, it's really hard to get your putting going. So
that's why sometimes it's nice to have that 30-footer on hole 1.
Yeah, knock that down, start building the confidence right off the bat.
Talking about building confidence, we got Taegen here, catching back up to Garett.
Not quite to Garett, but he overtook Derek with that one. Derek was at 5. Garett's still sitting at 6.
Flopped.
They just flopped, yeah. Garrett still got him by 1, it looked like, though. And this is a wide open, easy hole, so they had to make it OB short there.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make it a true island and have a back to it as well.
Right.
Nice shot. I'm expecting to see 4 of those. This is a pretty simple one. Almost jump putt worthy. Downhill at 182.
I'm sure some of us could. I don't think I could jump putt it that far, but I'm sure a couple of these guys probably could.
All right, all of them on the green, putting.
Derek made sure he wasn't coming up short, so... Oh.
On the putt, too.
On the putt,
nice
too.
Forceful putt.
Yeah, dead center of the chains. Just Taegen for his 2. Those baskets are so high.
I was just going to say, I wonder when we're going to see another non-elevated basket.
Right? Peter cleaning up his 2.
You know, I'm not going to make the sound effect because I'm pretty sure it's there's copyright on it, but that's a good star, guys.
That's a good star. That's one that they should be starring. I'm glad to see nobody getting left out of that.
And Peter working his way back down to that even score.
Yeah, he's made quite a move already. So, hole 15, 372. So this is one of the longer ones we've had.
And it's another one scoring over par.
Well, that's because you have a very low ceiling out here, and the basket is up on that hill you see in the background. It's really hard to go down and back up like that.
Pretty good, like he might have some kind of look at it.
He might. He was a little long, kind of right.
His sidearm looks like it's more open to the pin.
It does. You can kind of... I didn't quite flex it enough. You need to find that left side over there to be able to kind of come around. It's like you can see you
standing up on the hill back there. And you know what they say, aim for the cameraman.
Yep. Yeah, I was not able to catch much as the catch cam on this one, though. Not many of them got through to where I could actually see them. Oh, don't get in a look. Okay, it stopped. That's still a tricky look, but at least it stopped. I like this kind of a high look. Let it drop in.
And he came down pretty flat, kind of avoiding the risk of the rollaway. Kind of. There's always the risk with these rocks.
Right. Peter threw a great upshot there, just kind of helicoptered down onto the platform there.
Yeah, it looks like Taegen might have had something possible there, but I think that was the good play to just get it up to the basket. And Derek
had that little Annie throw.
Dancing on the edge.
See it just... Ooh. It almost wants to fall out and just slid back in.
1 millimeter more and that would have been out.
Yeah.
Still getting it.
Yeah.
That was a good putt, man.
That was a great shot. From behind the trees, having to kind of stretch out, throw the Annie up there.
Another good clean putt from Garett.
That was a great save from him as well.
You know, I'm pretty sure Tagen's got that next putt, so I'm just going to say that feels like a star.
I know, right? This one feels like it's more difficult than a 3 justifies.
I mean, about 69% of the field did card the 3, but nobody did better.
Nobody did
averaging
better.
Averaging at a 3.38.
Right.
So those guys that definitely feels like you're getting the birdie on that with a 3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like a third of the field bogeyed it or worse. So.
And now we have what, the highest scoring compared to par? No, second. This is the second hardest hole in the course.
Okay.
So far.
So far, yeah. Which this one does seem like a fairly tough one. Again, it's
if Taegen had been a little bit lower, he might have been able to get that skip flare, or a little higher, and he would have sailed over. That was just the worst height to let that go of.
This is another downhill tough
bad
shot.
Kick. Looks like that right side's pretty blocked over there too. I've been saying that a lot on this course.
Garett playing that left gap. And he got through. That's most of the way there, I bet.
He may not have any look for a 2, but an easy 3 from where he's at.
Should be a pretty easy 3.
Oh, no.
That's an interesting one. That was...
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
That'll work.
Like I said, I don't know this course, so I don't know... That looked like a local line right there.
I don't know it that well either. When I was there, these guys kept having to redirect me because I kept heading the wrong way to go do catch cam.
That seems like a shot that you have to know this course in order to trust and throw that.
Okay,
I guess it was Tagen's turn, considering it's happened to everyone else so far.
No kidding.
And that put him in a really bad spot behind some trees, too. So that's going to be an interesting putt.
Peter got another roll there, too.
Garett might be able to get this. Go for it. Oh!
Man, that was a good run.
For like a 45, 50-foot putt, that was looking real good.
Especially after watching Peter's approach roll away on him.
Good.
That's a great... That's getting strokes on people.
That absolutely is, because according to this, I think that's the only one.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm not surprised. This one is a difficult hole. Especially when you consider that these rollaways happen so easy on these slopes.
Oh, that was a good attempt to save the par.
Yeah.
And Taegen has these trees kind of in the way, too.
Yeah, it looks like some of those branches, maybe.
Yeah, he had to kind of ante around them.
Right. So Taegen and Peter will both take the bogey, and all because of the rollaway.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with a round disc on a hill...
Hot. He came in with some force. Taegen, I feel like, had more of a bad... Like, it was one of those bad luck things, you know? Where there's a little bit of luck that takes place into it. Because I feel like Taegen came in nice and soft, and then just kind of hit a rock and then rolled.
Yeah, and
Peter came with that sidearm, came in with a little bit more speed.
So this one, 163 feet, but it is so uphill. You're throwing almost straight up in the air. You got a nice landing spot once you get up there.
There's a little cliff, though, so if you hit those trees a little early, you do have that potential of rolling back.
Yeah.
Or going low. Get over it. Okay, that was good. Because it looks like if you hit that little cliff face right there, you're going right back down.
Replay here, because his actually skipped up and bounced off the pole.
That was a great shot.
Taegen here. It's just so uphill, and you have all those bushes.
There's that roll.
Yep, and here comes the roll. Oh. And it even curled around, didn't leave him open for an easy approach there. See if Peter can correct after watching that.
Didn't get that flip on it.
He
might have something
might be okay. Yeah, see, Taegen had to go around.
And that's the risk with that anti-angle.
And it's still going.
Because it came in with speed on
he had too much angle for the speed that he threw it.
Much softer release there, but that also left him short.
Well, it looked like he hit one of those trees right there to the left of Peter. Peter will clean up that birdie, though. Great job. Derek for his birdie.
Nice shot. I mean, Garett's right there, so that's we're gonna count that.
When you can see the slope here, Tagen's having trouble with his foot wanting to slide.
Yeah, he's almost pushing over to the left, trying to keep that balance. That's probably why the disc was a little bit left on the release.
Yeah.
And that double bogey is just painful.
Yeah, when everybody else is birdieing, that is the worst feeling. So that kind of drops him down a bit. I wouldn't say out of it.
No,
but
I've seen him throw a few times, and I know that he can bring this back. He's got a whole round tomorrow still, too.
So this one is a 515-foot par 3. This is another one that I feel like the par 3 might be a little mean.
A little harsh.
Yeah, 515 feet. It's quite a bit downhill. But still, that's a long throw.
You got to imagine that's still like a 480-foot par 3.
Well, and especially since you are in such a narrow area, you pretty much have to throw it straight down the hill.
And if you're offline, as you see, there's a bunch of trees and foliage that's going to make that second shot.
Yeah, he caught a little bit right there, knocked
real
him.
rough. And he just rolled down the hill.
Hopefully it didn't push him too far into those trees.
That's where the trees actually kind of benefit you because they'll stop you from rolling too far sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
This looks...
caught something. He's still... That's pretty fair. Good. But none of them have a look at a 2, so I gotta kind of question the par 3 on this one.
I kind of see the flag over there, and it's looking a little left and short.
Yep.
Hey,
got
the roll is... All right, the roll worked in his favor that time.
Yep, it gave him a good extra, 60 feet or so?
Taegen was in the middle of all those little trees there. No, okay. Man, this course is treacherous with that.
It really is.
And, there's the roots in the rocks. If it wasn't for all the rough ground causing that disc to pop up on edge as often as it does, it wouldn't be that bad.
Right. And Garett wanted to get that one a little closer. Well, Derek also.
Yeah. They're still putting for that 3, but they wanted to be tapping that 3.
That's a good putt. Down the hill like that, it's so easy to leave it too high or put it too low. You can kind of get a feel for the elevation difference here.
Remember how I said that one hole was the second hardest hole so far? That's because this hole is actually harder than both the hardest holes we found, and there's still 2 harder ones to go. These guys, this last stretch of this course just seems so brutal on these guys.
But this one is definitely a difficult hole. This one right here. If it was a 4, it would... But then most of them are taking easy, 3s,
know?
So
and so it's hard to find that balance between do you want a hard 3 or an easy 4. Personally, I prefer the hard 3.
It's there's a lot of players that'll. There's probably a lot of players that don't even have a chance at the 3 because of it.
Push it back maybe 30-40 feet, not a whole lot, and then increase the par to a par 4.
So this one has kind of a separator. You have a fairway and then a gap and then a green. And the green is large. It's a 793 par 4.
And it seemed like it was almost 600 up to that first OB line. Or 550.
The fairway, you can get pretty aggressive with it, but if you have a big arm, you might be able to outthrow it. But there's also OB right and left. It's pretty wide.
That downhill is also going to give you a little bit of extra distance, too, and hopefully you don't go too deep. Great shot.
Yep, that keeps him in bounds.
Basically all the distance he needed or wanted.
If you get too far to the right, you might have a tougher approach to the green with the trees on the right, too. So being on the left side probably helps.
That needs to flip up or drop because it looks like it's going to end up pushing left. Ooh,
it's safe, though. It did push left, and it did kind of get close to that line.
But like you said, that left side is going to be opening up.
Yeah, you kind of want to be over there,
Except for Peter. He's a sidearm thrower. He might want to be off on not that far right, but on the right.
Not that far right.
Because that might be,
Yeah, that crossed That's almost over, all the way over two's fairway.
Looks like there's a headwind or a left to right pushing wind on this hole. And look, he's trying to get over that gap.
Well, and they've been in the trees all day. This is almost the first time they've really felt the wind. They're out here in the open again going, oh yeah, there's some wind out here. No, get back in. And it looks like he was playing to play short of the gap.
Not that short.
Not that short. Well, and definitely not that close to the OB line. You know, he was holding his breath.
Okay. It's wider than it looks from this angle.
Yeah, it's actually a very large green. And he's over, but you can see these guys...
You really got to let two of them go.
Yeah, it's a really uphill second shot, so that second shot plays a lot longer than you think it would.
I mean, Peter's throwing basically full force from back there. And doing pretty good.
Yeah,
pin
about
high
pin
almost.
High. Little too far right, but pin high.
That seemed like a little bit of a misrelease.
Yeah, I think he had that a little bit nose up, kept it from getting all the way there.
Great birdie from Garett.
That's a great birdie.
Great birdie from Garett on what is officially, and I know I said this a few times, but looking at all the scores ahead of here too, this is the hardest hole averaging at .77 over par. Almost a full stroke.
Yeah, that's
it might
brutal.
be a par 5. I mean, these guys aren't really doing all that hot right now. Like that was another off shot.
I'm pretty sure Garett's was the only birdie on the hole.
Well, we're about to see.
Unless Taegen can put one in here. No, left that low. So yeah, Garett's was the only birdie on the hole.
Played it very well. And that was actually a really long putt still, too, that he had to make.
Well outside the circle.
Peter couldn't quite clean it up after that OB.
Takes another double.
He was doing really well getting himself back down to par, too.
Yeah. He was sure fighting.
Though we got the whole gambit there.
Yeah.
Birdie, par, bogey, double.
And as long of a hole and with those OBs, that's not surprising. This one, there's OB, but that's road and beyond. You mainly are worried about those drop zones, those Mandos. Because you got this hill here, so...
I was wondering how far left they were going to play, how safe they were going to keep it, but this looks just smashed.
Yeah, he's just bombing this one. It's open enough, there's no reason not to just let go on this one.
And they've kind of had to hold back the whole time, too, except for the last two holes.
Earlier in the day, I saw some of the earlier groups playing this, saw quite a few rollers on this hole, and it worked out really well. It'd land on that slope and just pick up speed down that hill.
That shot from Taegen was fantastic.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, this is an 889-foot par 4, and these guys are making pretty short work of it off of the tee. It's way downhill, so they're able to really unleash on it. So, I mean, even that one, he's probably got less than 300 feet.
You're throwing 500-foot side arms off the top of this hill. That's crazy. A little bit too much on that turn.
Too turned
Get the
over.
roll. Get the roll. Oh, not that kind of roll. I was hoping maybe it would
right,
do a thrower
flip up
of some
and
kind.
Roll down that hill.
But he's not out of possibility for a birdie here still, too, because he's got a huge downhill.
Yeah, it's still so far downhill. He's got a lot to cover, but, I mean, he was able to get quite a bit of it covered.
And now he's past the Mandos. No worries. Just get to the basket.
Only worry is the OBs at this point, and that's in the roads. So he's got room to work with there. It's not like they're right there. Yeah, see, these guys are throwing pretty short, controlled approach shots there.
Too short.
That's one of the problems with leaving yourself too far down there is you have such a short touch shot, it's easy to take too much off of it.
Tagen's right there. That's a great shot. And there's also the fact that you're still going downhill the whole way.
Yeah.
And there's OB back behind it. So you have that psychological thing, too, keeping you from throwing hard enough to get to the basket.
That was a good-looking approach from Peter there.
I think
thought
he
it
would
had
be
a
able to
chance
save
for
that
a minute.
par. No.
Oh, and that looked so good.
With authority, too, and that there was confidence behind it.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a right-to-left wind with them, too. That could have lifted that.
Yeah, you can see the flag behind. It's kind of tailwind right to left for him. Mostly right to left.
Great birdie for Derek. And Taegen.
And
I'm going to take that away from Taegen. We were kind of talking about the wind at the time, but that was fantastic. And a good save from Peter again.
Yeah, that was a great save for par. Garett for his par also.
Yeah, but some pars just feel different.
Yeah, his is probably disappointing, whereas Peter probably felt pretty good about his.
And Garett keeping it tight, or Derek keeping it tight between him and Garett.
Yeah,
and Taegen not letting them forget about him.
Yeah, he's trying to get back in there. And it's definitely not over. We got this last hole, and then we're going to another 27-hole course, so in the mountains. So Taegen throwing a little short, looks like he maybe had it a little bit nose up.
I was seeing the other flag in the background there. That's not the same basket they're throwing at, so I thought he was way off on his line.
Oh yeah, no, this one's I love the jump we get there.
It didn't stick?
It did not. Here's a little replay of it. Get a closer look of it.
Oh.
It just hit that top rim, and then the chains kind of pushed him back instead of pulled him in.
Fortunately, though, he's right there. He's not going to get
it
punished
didn't
for
kick
hitting
away too bad. If he hadn't hit the basket, he'd have probably been pretty far past it.
And a perfect shot from Garett.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one for Garett.
This needs to fight. And it did. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
Good way to end it.
With a birdie.
It's a great way to end it for him. Let's see if we can get this star. Come on, Taegen. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is another
now Garett
one
just
with
can't let him big putt him.
Yeah.
Or Derek.
And Derek just puts it in. He has a really nice putt. It's kind of a different style.
It looks almost like jerky a little bit, but it's very consistent. I've noticed it, like it's the same thing every time.
He's got that routine figured out, and it works for him.
Star to end the round.
A star birdie. Gotta love that.
It's fantastic.
So yeah, Derek and Garett are both keeping it tight.
10 down going into the second round is pretty
10
good.
10 down on that course is really impressive because it is a brutal course.
Yeah, but you got 27 holes left, and a lot can happen over 27 holes.
Yeah, and only 2 off for Derek.
Peter still has a chance to work himself back down to that even.
He can definitely fight his way back, and for all we know, the course could treat these other guys that bad tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I still don't consider Peter out of it.
Well, none of you guys should, and you should all show up to see what happens for round 2. We'll see you guys there.